Didn't freaking Alex's dad freaking drown himself or like alcohol? His brother?
Have you seen it? Movie chat. And my first guess is my son Eli.
Yo.
Eli has this guy has shared like probably the most time in my whole life watching movies. This guy shared it with me. I've taken him to plenty of movies, and I pretty much showed him 80% of the movies I've watched in my lifetime. Maybe 90%. So the movie we're going to talk about today, it's a classic from the 80s. If you grew up in the 80s, you watched it. If you had kids like in the 90s or 2000s, you might have showed them this movie. It's a classic. It's a cult classic. It's rad. Remember this chick? She was super hot back in the day. She was in some TV shows. She was in Full House, and then she got busted in Hollywood. She got busted in Hollywood for remember that bullshit? She said her daughter or something in the papers was some type of like had like I don't know had outstanding grades and was a scholar and had all this shit involved with UCS USC in Southern California, and I proved this. Then they told her she was bullshitting, and then she was bullshitting about that. So, anyways, back to Rad. She's in a bunch of movies though. So this movie takes place. It's a good movie. It's old school. It got like low graphics and stuff. We must have watched this movie like
The low graphics are the best ones though.
yeah, yeah. Hey, how many times do you think you watched this movie?
Over like 30 times.
30 times together. That's together. That's not counting him watching by himself and me watching by myself. Shit, we could probably go maybe 100 on that one.
And the soundtracks for each like
Yeah,
movies for those are like
the
great.
soundtrack will get you. The soundtrack gets you pumped
Yeah.
because in the 80s, like
And
the
this
big
is
thing.
this is the only movie I've seen that two people bring two bikes in a prom and start going off and everyone's chanting them off and being all amazed and ecstatic. They're just
They bash the prom and they bring their bikes in and they do this dance with their bikes.
and everyone's like, ooh, yeah.
And I could swear that the stunt double from the girl
Was it dude?
was a they had a mustache,
Yeah.
busting the end up, and like
And the one when they jumped over the creek too. That
yeah,
was,
once dirt to the creek, yeah.
that was good.
So let's get into it. Okay, Crew Jones. He's growing up in this Canadian town. He gets he's loved by the locals because he delivers the paper and he does it in style. Him and his buddies, they do it in style. They like roll around and he got all these little shortcuts
Mm-hmm.
to get his papers done.
Those old town.
He knows the whole town, and then they're all happy to see him every morning. They're happy to see him. So
Yeah, because you get their perk on paper early in the morning, right when they walk out, it's already there.
he does all kinds of tricks too. And then his buddies too, they got their own little shortcuts and everybody they know. It's kind of like a hometown Philly movie. When you see it at first, it's hometown. It starts off them on bikes. Um, what kind of bug you, what'll drive you nuts is like in the beginning, the intro, it has um nothing but professional bikers. It has nothing but professional bikers, and they're doing their things and stuff. But it's nothing about them, you know. It's just about crew. So it's just
Yeah.
like, when I seen a bunch of professional bikers I wanted to see in the movie, but then they didn't show. But it was all right. You see him at the end. So crew got his job delivering papers. He wants to be the best freestyle paperboy in the world. There's a sheriff after him. Got that mustache, that thick mustache. It's not a sheriff. It's a bike cop. Chases him.
Yeah, highway deputy.
Highway deputy chases him all the time, and they love toying with him. They take him to this like lumber yard, and they always toy. They play like cat and mouse, where the bike cop got to chases him off through the maze of
Yeah,
the
and he's
lumber
doing
yard.
like all types of parkour tricks
Yeah,
off of there too. It's crazy.
that's the first time you see freestyle like in like an environment.
Mm.
Like Dave Mirra introduced it in part two. That shit was tight. But this is the first time they actually did it in a movie. So we still love it. The music's tight too.
Mhm.
So it goes on.
He sees a
He's
flyer at school for the competition, and they're doing a parade for all the new professional BMX people coming in for the tournament and stuff like that. and then he finds out that there's one person from the town can apply in for the tournament, and the whole entire town wants him to join and stuff like that, but he doesn't know, and doesn't think that he has the capability to compete against the professionals and all that, but all the whole entire town's like, go for it, kid, and stuff like
Dude,
that.
Crew Jones is his name.
Yeah, but
He has the whole town behind him.
mhm.
He has an ego, but it's not that big. You know, it's not as big as the other BMX bikers that come to town and they come in the parade and they're showing off their stuff. Those guys' egos are super big. You know, they look like they're race cars. They're all got their suits on. Who
They're
their
all
sponsors?
sponsors.
Sponsors. And he's a local boy, so he ain't got nothing. He got the T-shirt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it always reminds me of like the Karate Kid.
definitely. It got the Karate Kid feel. When you watch this movie, it got the same Karate Kid feel. He has to struggle a little bit, and then towards the end, it's that peak, and then it's a badass movie. You know, it's a badass movie. So Crew ventures on. He gets the support of the town.
He also gets support of the rival too,
Oh yeah, yeah.
the girl, because that girl is helping him out with
Oh yeah,
teaching him a
yeah,
few things and all that, and that freaking jerk hates that.
yeah, yeah. Well, he ends up hooking up with that girl from she's from Full House. He ends up hooking up with her, and she rides for GT just like the bad guys do. There's a set of twins, and there's this blonde guy. What's his name again?
Oh
Um,
no, I was trying to look up the cast for him.
I know his name. It's everybody's on his nuts. Like everybody wants to be like all the kids want to they say we want to be this guy. Crew Jones sucks. I know his name. I'll figure it out. Anyways, story goes on. Crew gets the help of the town, and then you have to qualify at some. They make up a couple races because what's going on is it's called Hell Track, and it's a flyer and it's posters sponsored by 7-Eleven and a bunch of bicycle distributors. It's a track that they're gonna have at their town. They're gonna make a venue, and it's a BMX track, and it has all these obstacles and these ramps and stuff, and I guess you have to race through it, and whoever wins the race is they're considered the baddest freestyle BMXer of that time. So before you get to Hell Track, though, you have to qualify. You gotta go through a few races, and you gotta what is it? You gotta score high on the races. You gotta come in like third place on a couple of them. And these races are tight because they're against they're like next to the river or something, and they're on all these terrains and
It's pretty much through the whole town.
yeah, to the town.
Canada's cool.
Canada,
It's a cool terrain.
yeah, Canada's a beautiful place. They have they also this is in the movie. They do this romantic scene with him and the girl from Full House. And when they're riding around, the leaves are blowing, remember that? And the creeks are glistening.
That's a cool
And
water slide.
yeah. Then they got this rock slide, they go ass slide, and it's this slide that they go on their ass and they go in the water. It's pretty badass. And they put Crew in like slow motion. He looks like the biggest dork because after he comes out of the water, he's like, "Oh, oh." I remember that part. I got this photograph, man. I can remember every single part of this movie. So rad, it's rad. So he qualifies, and in this qualifying scene, he's racing against top competitors, and he's the hometown boy. One of his buddies, that's a BMX guy too, he races, but his bike gets broken, and he can't go further.
Mm.
And then Crew's doing it by himself, and everybody's cheering him on. But like
That
he's
boy's
doing,
taking off though. When you see him when he's on the straightaway, he'll go.
yeah, yeah.
He's just fucking gone. You're just like,
Kind of
holy
looks like Billy
shit.
Huntley to me.
He's
Billy Huntley's take off of me.
okay.
He's fast on his BMX. He gets out. He got that breakaway speed, definitely. And then, what is it? It's the song.
Yeah,
It's the song of. It's a badass song.
cause there's thunder in your heart.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like light.
it's a straight up hair band song from the '80s, but it just got that it got that thing. And when you listen to that song, you just want to kick some ass. You want to go faster. You want to like that song makes you just pump, like makes you want to drive faster. You know what I'm saying? It just makes you want to do more.
Mhm.
I love that song. So what he did was he won the qualifying races and he qualified for Hell Track. But there's this guy, he's this jerk. He's trying to ruin.
The GT manager,
Yeah,
he was trying to blindside it to make him sign a contract.
he wants him to ride for GT, but he's like, man, I'm trying to win this for the hometown. I'm trying to win it for myself. And this guy thinks money could just buy Crew Jones, and Crew's like, nope. You know who's in this movie too? Adrian.
Really?
Adrian's Crew Jones' mom.
Oh yeah, she is. Yeah, yeah. That's true.
Adrian's in it.
Like she was totally against it.
Yeah.
She just
She
got
didn't-
groceries and all that. That's true.
She didn't want Crew Jones to race because he had to do some he had to take some
He had to qualify for college. That's what
yeah
he did.
yeah the day he had to take the SATs.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Exactly.
The day he had to take the SATs, the same day as qualifications for Hell Track.
And she went there to go watch him and all that. And
She was about to bust him up like Rocky. She was like, "What are you doing here? Why are you doing this?" But it got pretty serious. It got a little emotional because he was like, This is the only thing I know how to do," and it's true. Unless papers counts, delivering papers, but still, he's like he with the bike every day. He sleeps with the bike, and washes he does everything with his bike, and he's a badass.
he was gonna take his actual girlfriend to prom on the bike, and she's like, "You really gonna take me on that?" And then they broke up right there. I was
She
like,
dumped
"Oh
him.
man, that's messed up."
Yeah, she dumps him. She dumps him because that's all he got is a bike, and that's all he cares about. So that happens.
That was messed up.
Yeah.
That was funny though. I
Crew
loved
Jones.
that scene.
That's
He was smiling too. He's like, he's like,
yeah, baby, on this. He was dead serious about
He was
taking it.
dead- yeah, he was dead
He was like, "Yeah, baby, this is where I'm gonna take you. I'm gonna give you a ride for sure." What's this guy's name? I don't know this guy's name. Anyways, so all this is going on, and there's his arch enemy. He's this blonde surfer-looking dude, and he's sponsored by GT, and he got these two twins, and they're like his little henchmen. You know, at first they look cool. They look cool guys, but they're really jerks. They show up on the town. Now all the people that qualified for the bike race, they get to stay at the town and they're like hosting it for a whole week. So they're partying. There's venues going on. There's all kinds of stuff going on. But these guys that roll into town, they're looking at all the locals and they're calling them geeks and dorks and making fun of their clothes and stuff. And the two twins are like, they got these hot chicks with them. They're about fashion. Everybody's about, these twins, the chicks, the surfer looking dude that's against Crew Jones. They're all, they're the bad boys. Crew's a good guy. What's his name? I don't remember his name. I'll remember his name soon enough. So the story goes on. Those bad boys. Before the let's go back a little bit. Let's go back. Let's go back to what we're talking about. Me and my son were talking about. There's a part in the movie, and it's hilarious. Okay, so the so the bikers, the the people that produce all these bikes and stuff, they got money. So what they did was they had a party at the school. They had a dance, and they invited everybody and they got a DJ there. He's all talking like KCK, and he's like, "Well, what's up?" You know what I'm saying? Is you guys gonna show their stuffs? And that blonde haired dude, I remember his name. I remember it. He goes out there. He starts gigging. He got the hot chicks. No one's dressed like these people. These guys are all looking like they're from Idaho and Napoleon Dynamite. They look like that. They look like back in the day people from Canada. And these guys got these fits, and these chicks are all hot, got skirts, and they're just dancing this weird ass '80s music, and it was cool back in the day. It was hella cool. So her name is Christy, I think. Yeah, I think her name is Christy, right? Christy's a chick from Full House, Uncle Jesse's wife, girlfriend. She rolls in and busses up their dancing routine, and was like, "What's up?" She goes in there and she like does this badass ollie over these people, and they're like, "What's up? You gonna come in here? You really gonna rain on her fucking dance?" I mean, I didn't mean that. You're really gonna rain on her dancing with her hot chicks? And she's like, "Yep, yep." But she got the surprise. She talked to Crew outside, and she's like, "Crew, follow me." And Crew was like, "I don't know, you're kind of cute, but I'm kind of sus about this whole situation." And she's like, "Nah, don't worry about it." So, in the middle of the dance floor, the DJ says, "We got some people who are gonna boogie on their bikes." So the chick goes out there. She starts dancing, doing her thing on her bike. She's pulling off moves. She's doing stunts. What does she do? She does those stalls, huh? Those indie stalls. She does some indie stalls, and then crew comes in and he does some crazy things. And then what's crazy is they bring this animatronic arm and they use it in one scene. And you can totally tell it's a robot that moves her because she's on the bike and she just takes off like sideways. And no human could do that. No human could. I mean, nobody could ride a bike. I don't think anybody could do that unless they're an alien. So they boogie woogie on the dance floor, and it's that badass song from the '80s.
Mhm.
That's that one. Remember they do the bike thing? What song was that? Send Me an Angel.
Really?
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's a total different one.
Angel. So they boogie with that, and they do their dance, this bike dance. It's pretty badass. They do unicycle. They do unicycle like these unicycle tricks, and they hold hands and they go around in a circle. And then for some reason, crew like splits at the end of the song. He splits like he's Cinderella. He like bounces, and she runs out there after him like, oh, gets her all in the mood. She gets gets.
I don't know.
She wanted to kiss him, so she ended up finding him. They end up hooking up. He gets qualified to Hell Track. Those bad guys are on his ace. That manager wants him. Everybody wants a piece of him.
Yeah, they did for the last track. They did went all out for that one.
Yep. For the last track, they got all these crazy obstacles. But Cruise Down, they have this badass like it's like a 12, 15 foot lip, and they gotta fall into the track through that way. And like if you I mean, one simple mistake, you're just gonna eat shit. I mean you're gonna eat stuff. You're just gonna be all over that track. So there's all kinds of bad ass things in that track that are bad and innovated, but they're also dangerous. And Crew Jones is doing his thing. What else?
They had a bowl and a diving board on it too in the track.
Oh
Remember
yeah,
that?
yeah,
He
yeah.
did a front flip to.
Yeah, front
He did
flip.
a front flip to go into first place.
Yeah. They like sideswiped him in the middle of the race. I think it's three laps. And in the second lap, like the two twins,
Yeah.
they're like bad guys. They're like the surfer dude's henchmen. So they swipe Crew Jones, who ends up lagging. He ends up like sixth place. But in the middle of nowhere, he does this badass flip over everybody. It just amazes people. It amazes me. I like that shit. I was just like, when I was seeing that movie, I was like, I want to do that. Let's go try.
Yeah.
Whack. Got a couple bruises, a couple concussions from trying to be Crew Jones. It's filmed in Canada. You know what? I've seen this documentary on like 30 or 40 years after Rad, and he still looks the same. I mean, he looks the same. He hasn't gained no weight. He looks like Crew Jones. And it's a badass because it's him. He's just chilling. I don't know if he rides a bike anymore, but man, when I was younger, I wanted one of those t-shirts. They make these t-shirts in the movie and it says Rad on it and it has this logo on it, but it's in black and the t-shirt's red. Man, I wanted those shirts so bad. I almost talked my sister into making me one. I want that shirt so bad. The music is badass in this movie. It's 80s music. The characters are badass. You know who's in this? Oh, you know who also is in the movie? Popeye. Robin Williams played Popeye. The character who played his dad's in this movie. Popeye's dad's in this movie too. He's hella old, and he works at a bike store. So this is rad. Me and Eli. I'm gonna give it a 5. Eli, what do you think? 5. Graphics is all right. They use a couple stunt doubles.
Where's my roar?
We give it
Stunt
5.
doubles were.
Tell us the stunt doubles.
Where's the roar?
Oh.
We're giving it a 5. Movie chat. I've seen it. Rad. Classic 80 adventure. Wholesome for the whole family. There's no cussing. There's no sex. There's no drugs. You can watch this movie with your grandkids. And Crew Jones versus a bunch of gnarly dudes they want to get after him. And he pulls it off. All right, move chat.